Good evening, everyone, and welcome to The Breakdown. I'm going over Week 6 in the NFL. I'm Anthony Greeno. All right, first thing I want to discuss is the undefeated teams. There is a record for undefeated teams through Week 6 in the NFL of all time. There are 6 teams undefeated, and some of those teams we expected to be undefeated. Some of those teams, where the hell did you come from? Of those undefeated teams, I got the Falcons at 5-0, the Bengals at 5-0, the Broncos at 5-0, the Packers at 5-0, and then we could go on to the Panthers at 4-0, the Patriots at 4-0. Out of all those teams, the biggest surprise for me is the Falcons. I don't know what they did from last year to this year, but they are really got it going on this year. The Patriots and the Packers, I don't think those teams can be beat until they play each other. And then again, on that term, I think that if that was to happen, and I don't know what the rest of the schedule is like, but if that was to happen, I think that if it was played in New England, the Patriots would easily beat them. And if it was played in Green Bay, then that game would probably be a pretty close one, but I would still say New England. I don't think anybody's got anything on New England, and I hate that team. I absolutely hate that team. They cheat. I do not like them. But in my honest opinion, I think they're going to go to the Super Bowl again. But there are several teams undefeated on the at home and on the road. The team that has scored the most points so far would be the Arizona Cardinals. They have 190 points scored. The teams that have allowed the least amounts, or have scored the least amount of points, would be the Dolphins. They've only scored 65 points this year so far. The team that has allowed the most points is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They've allowed 148 points to be scored on them this year. So their defense sucks. The Jets, surprisingly, have the best defense right now, and they've only allowed 55 points being scored against them. You'd think with that they'd be winning a little bit more, but they're not. So, they're not letting teams score against them, but they're also not providing the offense to score touchdowns. But anyway, here is my Week 6 picks. Thursday Night Football, Falcons at the Saints. I'm definitely going to take the Falcons on this one. I think they're going to remain undefeated. They're a pretty strong team. That's a division game. The Falcons are probably going to take that division this year. Or the Panthers. I don't know. That's questionable. But Falcons all day. Bengals over the Bills. That's a pretty good one. I think the Bengals have got a really strong team this year. The Bills, I believe they lost their quarterback. So, they're not going to produce this game. Definitely going to take the Broncos, Peyton Manning and the Broncos, over the Browns. Although the Browns have been surprising everyone lately, and Peyton Manning hasn't been up to par for some odd reason. Could he retire? Would this be his last year? Maybe Brett Favre will make a comeback, take his place, win the Super Bowl. No, that's probably not likely either. Anyway, I'm going to take the Lions over the Bears. That's a tough game for me because the Lions absolutely sucked this year, and I didn't expect that because they were so good last year. The Bears suck too. They keep getting these bullshit wins by 1 point last week against the Chiefs. I never would have guessed that. I don't think anybody would have guessed that, except maybe a couple hardcore Bears fans out there. But I'm definitely going to take the Lions over the Bears and give the Lions their first win this year. The Texans and the Jaguars, that's an AFC South divisional game. They're in the Colts division. I'm going to go with the Texans on this one. The Jaguars almost beat the Colts, but Texans all day. I'm going to take the Vikings over the Chiefs. The Chiefs lost Jamal Charles, so they are basically out. They're not going to win too many games this year. The Vikings have Adrian Peterson back, and they are playing pretty strong so far. So I'm going to take the Vikings over the Chiefs. Dolphins are definitely going to win over the Titans. Titans aren't a strong team. I don't care what anybody says. Tennessee is not a strong team. Jets over the Redskins. As I said, the Jets allow the least amount of points scored against them. The Redskins are one of those okay teams, but they're nothing to brag about, really. So sorry, Redskins fans. But the Jets are going to whoop that ass. Cardinals and the Steelers. Michael Vick will not win another game. Okay, Le'Veon Bell, Yeah, he won that last game for him. It was luck. It was bullshit. It wouldn't happen again if we replayed that game. So the Cardinals, that's the number 1 team this year as well. They're going to win. The Panthers and the Seahawks. The Seahawks very seldomly lose at home. So the Panthers are undefeated. Well, the Panthers are going to have their first loss this week, and it's going to be from Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks, even without Marshawn Lynch. The Ravens and the 49ers, I'm going to take the Ravens. The Ravens are going to put it on Colin Kaepernick and the 49ers. There's people out there that don't agree with that, but here's what I say to you. Fuck you! The Ravens are going to win. Packers, obviously over the Chargers. I mean, who doesn't pick that? If there's anybody out there that would pick the Chargers, it's probably a Chargers fan. But even them, they'd be stupid to pick the Chargers over the Packers because Aaron Rodgers is going to whoop that ass. He's going for MVP this year. Patriots and the Colts. Now, this is a really tough one because this is the game that I absolutely hate every single year. This is a repeat AFC Championship game. And if we go back to last year, something about deflating balls and Tom Brady's a bitch. Yeah. Andrew Luck's 0-4 against the Patriots. Tom Brady is 13-4 against the Colts. And most of that was Peyton Manning and the Colts. The times that we did beat them, we won the Super Bowl. So, I'm going to take the Patriots over the Colts because I just think that that's a strong team, and I don't think the Colts have got what it takes. Even though I hate to say that. I hope the Colts win. I'll take a loss on that one, but I'm picking the Patriots over the Colts. And the Monday Night Football game. I am going to take the Eagles over the Giants. DeMarco Murray better show out this time. The Eagles need to step up their game a little bit. I picked that team to be the Super Bowl team. That's probably not going to happen. I can admit that right now. It's most likely going to be the Packers and the Patriots, but I'm going to take the Eagles over the Giants. Now, as far as the fantasy report, looks like I'm moving up in first place in one of my leagues, and I believe I think I was in first place in another league, but I think I'm second place now. But this week, I got a really good game against somebody. I'm not sure who it is right offhand, but that's going to be a pretty tight game. I may end up losing that one. But I just made some substitutions, which I'm sure that you saw, whoever I'm playing. Maybe it's Bridgewater's Finest. I think that maybe who I'm playing. Hopefully I win this week. But there was someone, when we did the draft that was online, that was in the big draft, that said that I have the weakest team. It was towards the end of the video, said that I had the weakest team in the fantasy draft. Take a look. I don't have the weakest team. Actually, the person who does have the weakest team has already pointed it out on Facebook, and that would have been Gio. And speaking of Gio, yes, look at that. I'm wearing my GioKnows.com Let's Take the Man's Money t-shirt sent to me directly from Gio himself, because Gio knows things and stuff. But thank you very much, Gio. I love the shirt. I'm going to rep it quite often. I've already had people ask me in town about it, and I kind of explained to them what it was and described to them about the Gio Knows Awards and how to vote and things like that. So Gio is actually going to be on my show next week. So everybody stay tuned for that. Gio and I are going to debate about some teams that we differ on next week. So stay on here for that. He's also going to explain to you about how the Gio Knows Awards works and why he does it and what he does. Other than that, there's not a whole lot going on in the NFL. Michael Vick, he sucks. Ben Roethlisberger, not quite sure how long he's going to be gone. Andrew Luck, he's listed as questionable still, but I hope he returns. Other than that, I really don't have a whole lot this week. So I've got interviews lined up with a few people. So stay tuned, check it out. Please like, subscribe, and share. I need some more subscribers, guys. I just started this new channel. I need a lot more subscribers. So please help me get some more subscribers. And I'll throw your videos around all day long to other people and try to get you guys more subscribers as well. On that note, I'm Anthony Greeno, and that was The Breakdown.